Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing with the Dalek build from Hachette Part Works. If you saw the last video, you know that unfortunately part of part 17 was broken. I've managed to get a replacement from Hachette who were really good in quickly resolving the issue and dispatching the replacement part. So here we have issue 17 and we can once again continue with the build. So if you saw the last video, you'll know that we've got this dais for what I presume will be the Dalek mutant. Get our AP screws. Pedal set. So I'll quickly open this up. Now this has already got put together in the transit, but these normally come as two parts and you just push them together like that. That goes to one side. Then we need these two parts and they will line up here and here respectively, with this part of the top facing inwards. So this one is going to go this side like so. It's just a case of getting your screw. Trying to remember which one it is. Take your screw and your screwdriver and screw this in. That's nice and tight. Then our second one is just like the first. Just lining it up. Bring in our screw and just screw that into place. And there we have issue 17 all done and ready for part 18. So part 18 will give us a very exciting part of the build where we receive the video card with the video frame, backrest and front support plus connectors. So I presumably this will be the view screen for the Khaled mutant. Anatomy of the Dalek will look at the Emperor, while the Adventures in Time and Space will look at Parting of Ways. So without further ado, let's move on to part 18. Here is our assembly kit, and let's bring in our magazine, which is here. So part 18. Here we get the standard cover with orange logo at the top, inside the Emperor Dalek, and our step-by-step instructions. Contents page is straight on the inside, and we go straight into the Parting of Ways with this issue's Adventures in Time and Space. So we get our story summary and our look at behind the scenes. Anatomy of the Dalek gives us a breakdown of the Emperor Dalek as seen in the Parting of Ways. The Emperor Dalek has appeared in other Doctor Who mediums looking different than this, but this is as it appeared in the Parting of Ways. Then we go straight on to our assembly. So here we get part 18. Let's get this open. Let's get the parts out. So let's get all of our parts out. Let's get rid of our box. We got some AP screws. Those ones there. A lot of screws this time. Some EP screws. 3 of those. There. Here we appear to have our support for the backrest. So that piece there. We get it's like opening blind bags, you never know what's going to be an H. We get our connecting rings and video supports. We get, I think that's going to be the video, so we'll look at that in a second. We get the central support for the video, and then we have the back panel and frame card, and then we have our video card. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so it's a solid piece of plastic. Looks like there's a protective film on the cover. Yep, it's definitely a protective film there, so let's just take that off. So we get our nice clean look of the Dalek view screen. It's just a single image, it's not like a lenticular picture or anything like that, and I'm assuming this will stick on the back there using that 3M tabs. Right, so initially we take our backrest assembly and the backrest assembly from the previous issue and slot that into there, and then these should screw together in here. So let's see if we can get these in. If not, I might have to find another screwdriver. No, so let's get ourselves another screwdriver. There we go. Take our screwdriver for our Dalek kit. Take this one should do nicely. Take our screw. Oh, that down. Hardest bit is getting this lined up. Okay, I'm going to do this bit off camera and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, that was awful. That has probably taken me nearly half an hour to sort out, and even now it's still not perfect. So before fitting the EP screws in, what you want to probably do is take one of the EP screws and screw it into both of the holes on here to create a guide for when these are going in. Otherwise the holes on these are just too small, which is problem number one. Problem number two is the depth of the screws. The problem I had is no matter what screwdriver I used, and I've got about 3 here I was using, and I ended up using all 3. Because of the length, it was very, very difficult to get the screw lowered into it, lined up with the holes, and start screwing it in. And even when I was screwing it in, it's then pushing back against this, as you can see here, and it still hasn't completely gone in properly. First thing I did was I put some electrician's tape around this to help keep it a little stable while I initially got the screws lined up. Then I got a screwdriver. I put blue tack on the end of the screwdriver, attached this, pushed that through to the EP screw, and then lowered the screw down and initially started the screw. Once it was stable enough to sort of stand on its own, I removed the screwdriver and the blue tack and then went back to screwing these in as best as I could. And once they were screwed in, I still had to take them back without removing them and screw them back in again, because initially they were screwing in at a slightly odd angle. Where I was just trying to get these in to begin with, the screws were pushing this away, so it was never fully connected or stable. So that has taken a lot of work to get sorted. My hand, to be honest, is incredibly cramped up and painful now, but I'll persevere. Let's get this video done. Let's get these bits assembled. So this is the is now going to fit onto the assembly center, and this will go here. So this will screw through and get it lined up. Best you can. Now we need our AP screws, and to try and get these screwed in. So I'm just going to do the back one to begin with. Let's try and get that's one. Okay, this is a little bit easier. One, two, three. That's nice and tight. Putting that to one side for a minute, we now need to connect these two bits. Fit the back of the video panel to the video card frame. Each of the clips into the sockets accordingly. So There we go. And you want those screw holes towards the top of the video frame. Now we take our video card. Come on. So careful with peeling, you don't want to accidentally start taking the tape with you. So this is the top, and it appears the eye stalk is facing up like so. That just sticks down like that. That's a really nice glossy image. So we have that goes to one side along with this. Then we need this piece, and we take our 2 connecting rings and fit the rings on each side. If this somehow asks me to put screws in, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, you want to push until you hear a nice firm click. There we go. And then very nice and tight. That's those bits connected. One thing I didn't check, and thankfully I did get it right, is the smaller pegs want to be the smaller pegs should be next to the edge of the support. So we managed to get that correct, thankfully. Then we bring in these, and they clip on like so. And another one on this side, like so. Then this will need to be screwed into here. So this lines up and clips into there. That's it. There we go. Be careful, you don't want this coming out. So trying to keep this in place, get your screws. Come on. And screw this into place. One, two, two, three, and four. There we go, that's all of those bits screwed in nice and tight. Now we need to get our video screen, and this will plug into here. Take the video card assembly from step 7 and check that the right way up with the screw sockets on the sides of the part near the top. Yep. There we go. It's a tight push fit connection. Once it's in, it's in. There we go. So there is our plinth for the Dalek Coloured Mutant to sit upon. And speaking of which, issue 19 will give us our mutant itself. The next issue brings you the alien to sit inside your Dalek, a fantastic piece to add to the build. That is part 19, which we're looking at the Time Lord Victorious and the Prisoner of the Daleks in Adventures in Time and Space. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay safe.